Hello, everybody. Welcome to the fifth edition of Talk Death. Who owns your body? Funeral Law and Rights, the American edition this time. And today we are with Tanya Marsh and Lee Webster. Hello, Tanya. Hello, Lee.
A lot of people really wanted to know about the legality of keeping human remains. So Tanya at Squiddle Terror on Twitter asked, can you get your skeleton articulated and given back to your family? Can they just keep it around with permission from the deceased?
No.
We all want to know.
No, pretty much no. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, so the states have laws that say human remains have to be disposed of in particular ways. Most states have restrict you to burial or cremation or donation to scientific study, that sort of thing, right? There's some states have an other category, but most of those states are other reasonable or community, in accordance with community standards, etc., which would take out some of those kind of crazy things. There's also criminal statutes that say that you can't treat human remains in ways that are contrary to established community standards or reasonable family sensibilities, sort of the standards differ from place to place, but I don't think there's going to be a huge amount of community support for, removing flesh from the body, articulating the skeleton, and displaying it in the living room. So I think you have two problems. One are the state statutes that limit your disposition options, and the second is all those anti-desecration statutes.
You've just disappointed probably half of the people
We're
watching.
going to lose all of our viewers.
I am such a bummer. You guys don't even know. I disappoint people all the time. I'm used to it. Not my fault.
But there are some other ways of dealing with this that are not quite so direct. Maybe you can't have mom's skeleton in the living room, as you say, but if you opt for cremation, for instance, which has some environmental drawbacks, but some offsets are that you can have those cremains added to a reef ball that helps repopulate the reefs on the ocean floor. You can't, so they've done some good.
Or turned into art glass, right? Or
I was going to say art glass, jewelry, things like that. You can still. I mean, I've had them made for friends. I've taken them to a jeweler who specializes in adding those. It's quite Victorian, like the old hair paintings and that kind of thing. That's really coming back. People are doing hair paintings, and they're doing jewelry with cremains in them, wearing them around their neck, and
This actually reminds me of an encounter that Tanya and I had when we were at the last National Funeral Directors Association, and there's a company who is taking off a tattooed part of your loved one's body, the skin of it, and then putting it in a frame for you to hang. Mm-hmm. And I know that when we were first introduced to that, Tanya, your first reaction was, uh-oh. So any developments on this? Is this legal? Are we allowed to have someone skinned and put in a frame?
No. No. Now, of course, they say yes, so I don't want it. There's the laws of 50 different states to consider, but I will note that they have changed their business model, and now they're asking funeral directors to do the skinning and send them the skin. So I think it's actually the funeral directors that are committing the crime if they participate in this project.
That's interesting.